Who's ready for some boom, baby? Boom! Rise and shine. We got some gray clouds coming over here. I hear a helicopter starting. I just started the show. Can't you see the private jets flying over you? Is that what it is? Is it another one? Is it like gonna fly directly over my path this time? I don't know. No, it sounds a little bit more to the south, but that's what it is, bro. It's perspective. In an entrepreneur mindset, it's perspective. This morning, I am fired up. Saints Addiction's on a mission. This is Mark Saint. This is Saints Addiction. This is my show. And every morning, I go live because I have a passion for this message. I want to get it out of me. It sounds like two helicopters, actually. And yeah, we're going to talk about entrepreneur mindset this morning. If you join me, shall we, shall we? Boom, baby, boom. Let's get into it. So every morning, coming out here, getting the stretch on, getting my mindset on. I want it every morning. It's important. Mindset's important. And that's why we're talking about the entrepreneur mindset, because as I was talking with the homie yesterday, I think Trent's on here if you got in, Trent. He and I went on a podcast yesterday. We just started it. I don't know if you know this, but YouTube has like a podcast section. I didn't know. And, you know, they're trying to create creator stuff, and Trent's trying to create creator news. And I said, nothing but to do it right motherfucking now, bro. Is that you in here? Yo, hi with the GH, bro. Really high, you know what I mean? And, and just in my mindset, my entrepreneur mindset, as I come up across people that have the wrong mindset, I'm going into it this morning with my girlfriend and my friend, and they're trying to come at me. My girlfriend's throwing up last night. I'm like, yo, talk to me. Use your big girl words. How you feeling, right? Like, what's going on with you? You got to talk to me. Giving me the emotional verbiage, and I'm like, cut all that shit out. If you were in front of a doctor and you only have that moment to talk to him, you need to ask all the fucking questions. Come to the bird again. You need to ask all the fucking questions right then and there. And I was telling her this morning, right, she sat here and we were smoking. You know, closed mouths don't get fed, bro. You only get a little bit of time, that 30 seconds, to be with the CEO, just like I did yesterday with Noah and AppSumo. You know, he hopped into the email. I was looking for their top 25 books. It's an email capture systems. Like, here are top 25 books that entrepreneurs read. You can get into it if you want to. Give me your email and I'll send it to you. Well, I put in my email and I didn't get the link or the list. And I'm like, yo, bro, let's be impeccable with our word over here. You can keep my email and all, but don't bait and switch me. He personally hopped in the email and gave me to his assistants. So I had a second there that I knew that this wasn't the email that he uses for everybody through MailChimp. This was his personal email, bro. And he had answered my email personally. I just had this conversation with you, actually, Trent, but I just watched it on the show. They were interviewing your boy Elon Musk. You know, we're talking about entrepreneur mindset. And he was like, this is the first time ever you can hop in my DMs and pitch me an advertising campaign. And I was like, ooh, I should just do that. Not only did he mention it, but how dope would it be sitting around with the AI team and we come up with like a Twitter advertisement pitch, right? Or a Tesla pitch. He actually said that in his, I don't know if you guys watch any of the what was it? I don't know if it was an entrepreneur show or a Tesla stock. I think it was a Tesla stock share holders, and all these people lined up to ask him a bunch of questions. One guy asked him how he was doing human to human. I thought that was very cool. Another one asked him about Twitter doing advertising. He was an advertising pitch guy, and he's like, yeah, maybe we will, you know, or Tesla advertising. They've never advertised before. And he hopped on and he was like, maybe I will. Maybe I will use your advertising idea. Like, I've never done it before. Someone pitched him, and now you can pitch him in his X, like literally in his DM, and be like, yo, here's an idea for a Tesla commercial. And never and before would I get past his security guards, the front door, even in the parking lot of Tesla. Like, they're not letting you in like a military complex, but I can just go right over it, underneath it. I could cartel dig a tunnel to get to the other side of the United States. There's a way. And that's an entrepreneur mindset. You don't want to think about it from drug dealers, but they always find a way. You want to talk about creativity? How many times have you found drugs differently? This is like Saints Addiction, right? When the motivation's big enough, all of a sudden they're in baby dolls, watermelons, in your right wheel tire, right? Like, we find all sorts of ways to be fucking creative fucking ways to get what we want, when it's a drug, a girl, some pussy, some cookies, right, bro? Like, I just can't lie to myself. With Saints Addiction, I couldn't lie to myself. I had to be honest about my addictions, right? I don't know if you can see him smoking the weed here and balancing the cross here. Seems like the light's not helping me right now. Yeah, so he's got a joint here and a cross here. I'm balancing my negativity with my spirituality, right? Like I have shortfalls and we all have shortcomings, but with an entrepreneur mindset, now I'm wired different, right? I'm wired like Warren Buffett when he was just a kid and 4, 5, 6 years old. You know, that lemonade stand that I can make some money. Let me go into these shaving barber shavers and leave a pinball machine. And when I do that, they'll let me split the profits 50-50. He was negotiating deals with adults so early in his life that he had to pretend that he had a boss. They actually said, oh, Mr. Douglas Farman didn't even exist, was like told us to come down here, and they just took him as their word. And next thing you know, they got business, right? They created their own business, and the word isn't business that should be buzzing in your head right now. It should be create, because that's the last thing we do is get creative. We like to get anxious, right? We like to get nervous, right? Shallow breathing, fear mentality, thinking of the worst. When that same brain set, the only brain that you got, can only fire one shot, right? Like it's gonna either fire something positive or it's gonna fire off something negative. But most people, they never even take a shot. And this is what's so important. Like when I was watching the Starship launch off, talking about Elon Musk again, the Starship's launching off, and they were saying this is for data. This is a data flight. We don't care if it blows up. We're trying things, bro. We're gonna do whatever it takes. We're gonna jump out of the plane and try to sew a fucking parachute while we're falling down. Entrepreneur mindset. Most people, they can't even move. Most people, you're talking 95% of people will just sit there. They'll stew, right? They'll sit in there like a frog, right? Like a frog, if you throw it in boiling water, it jumps out immediately. But if you slow burn that bitch, it'll sit there and boil itself alive. You hear what I'm saying right now? Do you feel that right there? The power of our motivation and the power of perspective and just how comfort can kill you. You can sit in a sauna all you want, but I promise you after 10, 15 minutes, you want out of that bitch, bro. And that's what ends up happening. Pain becomes your teacher, right? Instead of experience, instead of action, you wait for pain to be your teacher. And that's fine, because pain is a motherfucker. She'll be a great teacher for you. She'll give you a lot of life experience. That bitch got no gloves on, bro. I promise you, it's all low body shots and below the groin. And you know it. And you know it. If it's happening to you, you know it. You've already had fucking Mother Nature and real life clap back and show you what it is. Just the clap back, just bam. And then you're like, holy fuck, bro, I haven't been sustainable, right? I haven't given myself any of the tool sets that I needed to have this mindset. And one of them was closed mouths don't get fed, right? If he never asked for the grab, right, he would have never had the pinballs. And I think he did like 25 pinball machines, and he walked in there and had like $7, and he almost shit a brick. 7-year-old Warren Buffett was like, I'm fucking rich. Pinball is my thing. I'm going to do it this way. But it's not just that. It is an entrepreneur spirit. It is I'm a serial entrepreneur. It's almost like my new addiction, right, is entrepreneurship. My new addiction isn't gambling, right? Hoping and wishing that the numbers come in my favor or I outsmarted the house. The house always wins. That's a stupid game. What do I got to do? I got to be creative with my passion. What's in my passion? Well, my passion's drawing, design, communication, motivation, and living my life freely, right? This is an entrepreneur mindset, right? For me, I'd rather be in prison, bro. I'd rather be in prison, and I've been in prison, than to have someone else dictate my life, right? Instead of you can't have weed here in South Korea. It was only 3 grams of weed. You're trying to slow my whole world down for 3 grams of weed? I don't think so. You're not going to get 5 years of my life for 3 grams of weed. You got me fucked up. And that's when I started Saints Addiction, right? Let me show you what I can do day to day for 5 years instead of sitting in a cell and wasting away. All that wasted talent. Oh, you're trying to teach me a lesson, right? That you don't want weed in your country? 10 years later, they now got medical marijuana in South Korea. You're lying to me, bro. You were only trying to control me. And only because I have an entrepreneur mindset, you can't control me. You want to hear another person you can't control? Nelson Mandela, 30 years in prison. And they used to watch him walk around in reverence, bro. He walked around like he was in his living room, because you can control my body, but you can't control my mind. And that's what he says, and that's what I'm telling you right now. When it comes down to it, you're going to need it. You're going to need the worst. You're going to need your composure. You're going to need your big boy words. You're going to need your sales techniques. You're going to need your creative mind. And you're going to need a positive mental attitude to make any of this shit fucking happen. I told you I was fired up this morning. And then I got my friend bumming up. Can I call your friends? And I'm like, bro, you try to blow through all my worldly friends. These are all my world connections in Switzerland, in Germany. Where was the other place? In Thailand. But you only call me when you're in an emergency. Like, you're calling at the last minute trying to borrow off of my friends. They don't even fucking know you, and you're coming in hot. Your lack of preparation is not my perspiration. And yes, I am starting to sweat out here, right? This is what it is, bro. And only you can come save yourself. It's not like somebody else is gonna come fucking save you, bro. No one's slapping the cookies out of your hands. Nobody's gonna slap the remote out of your hands, and nobody's gonna hop in your head and be your perspective. This ain't Robo-Jocks. I can't just hop in and start pressing the buttons and hoping you box. No, dude, you're gonna have to go out there and do it. You're gonna actually go out there on a consistent basis, leaving your comfort zone, jumping out of that little warm hot tub that you're in before you become a boiling frog. But most people, they ain't gonna put no energy into it. That was the impetus. That's what I was given with Trent. And I was like, just start now. Fuck it, you don't want your face on it, bro? Just do a voice. Voices are huge. Faceless porn. The girl told me she had breast cancer. She has no nipples, bro. It's really weird. It's like a half a boob, right? But guess what she does have? Her voice. She's like, Mark, I do phone sex operator. I'm like, I bet you fucking kill it. I bet you fucking kill it. $4.95 a minute. Come on now. But that's what it is. Most people would have quit. I'm telling you right now, my boobs are off. I gotta stop. I gotta stop being sexual. I gotta stop experiencing life. I quit. And that's what he told me that day. I got problems. You got problems. Go to a children's hospital. They got problems. And that was the realest shit I've ever heard in my life. He's so right, bro. We like to look at our problems and bitch and moan, but you're not a 5-year-old with leukemia. You never switched your brain in the perspective. You never switched your shit from negative to positive. If you see it, if you practice it, if you create the neural pathways, then all of a sudden it's a game, right? It's like a Rubik's Cube. It's like, sure, this is a challenge. It's not a problem. I just got to work on it. If it's a toy, then it's fun. If it's something you have passion for, then it's fun. It's not a day of work if you're doing what you love. That's all it is. And that's why you got to have that reason why, because it's going to draw you through the darkest of hours. I promise you that. And as I sit here with my own shirt on, with my own brand, thanks to Trent getting fucking, getting in my LinkedIn and hooking me up with people like Thrive and the cannabis marketplaces. And now they got 2 legal lounges, and I'm trying to talk them into coming to Champs, and it's the 25-year anniversary. And we got all sorts of shit for weed swag bags. When I woke up this morning, it said 3 years ago, weed swag bags. I'm like, God damn, those bags look good. Whose idea was that? She's like, who started Weed Club? Bitch, I'm your boyfriend. I've had my dick inside you. You don't know I started Weed Club? Right. It wouldn't have started if I didn't have nothing. All of these businesses didn't have no money, bro. It didn't have any support structure. It didn't have a decent business plan. It was just all balls to the wall, bro. And just like my homie said when he was like, my whole life I've always shot from the hip. Bam. Most people might want to be a rifle sniper, planning. That'd be dope. If my friend had planned months ago, put some snow in her mouth so nobody could see her exhale, through the binoculars. Timo, that's Timo, your boy, the White Death in Finland. He killed like 500 people, bro, all sniper shots because he planned it, right? I'm talking about preparation, bro, and that's why we talk about the fucking Boy Scouts. Be prepared as our creed, because when I was a kid, it was just so apparent that most people just going to let it go to the breeze. And I appreciate the breeze and the trees, and I smoke my trees in the breeze, but I didn't want to be unprepared. I didn't want to be, now AI's ready. Maybe I'll start my business now. No, I started it 15 years ago, and now my business is ready for AI. Right? You know what I mean? I have something that AI can do. I have logos I can throw into it. I have fucking websites and domain names that it can spit out. I own siteinanhour.com. You could go to siteinanhour.com right now and it spit out in seconds, bro. And now I'm on the phone with my boy in Indonesia. He called me before the show, and I'm like, I got to do the morning motivation, bro. I'll call you back right after. But that's what it is, bro. It's what do they say? It's not your luck if you get in front of opportunity, right? My aunt would say there's no such thing as luck. Your preparation got you in front of opportunity. And she would tell you that to your face. It was not a lack of perspiration. You put in the effort, so you're not surprised that it's there. And if you plant seeds, they will grow. You don't have to be an avid fucking gardener. You don't have to be a know-it-all. You just simply have to plant fucking seeds. And that's the biggest deal out there. You can't expect to be under the shade of the trees for the work of the seeds you didn't put in the ground. I'm fired up this morning. It just has to be that way. Trent, what'd you say, bro? Sorry, man, I'm fired up. Sorry, not sorry. The book Endure, True Account South Korean, bro. It just happened. And nothing like that too. To stop whining and bitching. Do you know where the word endure came from? It came from my captain. And I told this story to Michelle yesterday, but the captain was in on it. He said, Marka, endure. He was kind of yelling at me. And I was just kind of whining. You know what I mean? I was bitching. I was sitting there going like, oh, this is happening and I don't want to be a part of it. And it was like, dude, you need to fucking knock it off. You are in this prison right now. And if you get your fucking mind straight and get over your emotional bullshit, guess who's going to win? That's fucking right, bro. That's exactly what it's right. He's all fired on Twitter. Trent just posted in our AI page. No, everybody watches when they need to watch, bro. That's what I love about this fucking channel is I've already did the work. You know, you're capturing my workouts and the work and the mindset, and then anybody could watch it later when they need to digest it. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to force it down their throat, but it's going to be your throat. It's going to be your throat and your choice of what you eat and what you put in your mouth and how your perspective is all day. And that's what I started to do. I started working on that diet. I started working on that mindset. I literally read the book Mindset. It's in here somewhere. It's in the book in my box down below. It's going to be mailed to me, but it's on that list of 25 books, bro. And it's nice to see that I read books that they're reading, and I wanted to see what they were reading too. And you can't sit there and go, oh yeah, I read that book, if you didn't put in the effort 5 months ago. And a lot of people would try to do that. They'll try to fake the funk on a nasty dunk and be like, yeah, me too, I did it too. And it's like, nuh-uh, this ain't for the fake. This isn't something where I can just go, oh yeah, I've been to Machu Picchu. Trent was like, you did what now, bro? And I'm like, Machu Picchu, Angkor Wat, fucking the Great Wall of China. I don't have to tell someone else's stories, bro. It's my own, but I had to earn it. You know what I mean? And earning it means your mom talking shit, you know, while you're doing it. You know, my mom's, oh, you own so much debt, and how do you plan on paying it back? I told Trent the same fucking thing. I was like, bro, you know, like I know as a kid, when you wake up and you're making 15, 20 bucks an hour, the money don't add up. It ain't ever gonna add up. You know you're gonna work your whole ass off that first week, 2 weeks, 2 week paycheck, and gave all your time and energy into it. And what do you got left? Nada, zip, zero, and you know it. They will take the full 30, 40, 50 years of your life working maybe at a Taco Bell if you wanted to. I see old people working at Dollar Tree. They're way past their prime. And it hurts me to see this shit. Like, how is someone that old still opening boxes and doing checkout? I swear that chick must have been 70 or 80 years old. It's not right. It's not right for children labor, and it's not right for fucking elderly labor. But if you ain't prepared, guess what's gonna happen? Here we are. And there are people that are running scared. They don't want to share, right? They don't want to be in that position. But at the same time, that's all the position that we got. I promised my God, or whoever was listening that day when I was crying homeless, taking showers at my fucking college because I paid for my credits, and I refused in 2005 to give away all my credits to somebody else that I paid for. I graduated college homeless, bro. That's the kind of entrepreneur spirit. I paid for the credits. I'm at the gym anyway. Might as well just take a shower. I was sleeping in my truck across the street, but nobody knew. And there it was, bro. You know, the shame of it. Listen to your boy Paul Mitchell. John Paul Mitchell. Not only did they start Patron, and he's a billionaire, and he's a great fucking businessman. He was a door-to-door salesman, knock, selling encyclopedias, bro. Encyclopedias. He said when he first walked in, he said, 80% of you guys are going to quit. He's like, I'm part of that 20%. I'm part of that 20%. Move out the way, bro. That's my spot. And Anthony Kiedis, same thing too. 30 people, all junkies, all in detox with him. And they said only one of you is going to get out of here without relapse. Only one of you is going to make it. He said, move out the way. That's my spot. That's an entrepreneur mindset. Move out the way. That's my spot. Sounds like me. And the one you posted, Trent, the one you posted with your boy, and I responded to it was, what's his name? Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast was on it. He's like, man, if that sounds cool to you, you know, starving out and making videos with your friends and long hours with no ends, if that sounds good to you, then this might be for you. But if you want stability, right? My girlfriend wants to have a paycheck every Friday, consistently small. I just made in one day $700 US. It's more than she made in a whole month teaching Cambodian kids English. How'd you do it? Reorders, bro. Just like I learned from Paul Mitchell. He's like, I'm not in the fucking sales business. I'm in the reorder business, bruv. You want a product so good that all they say is, can I get another, sir? Please, please, can I get another? And you're like, yes, I'm shipping it now. Cha-ching, cha-ching, bling. But it's all in your mindset. You are a product. The idea you have in your head is a product, and the way you present it to the world is a product, and it's all up to you how you sell it. And you're selling yourself every day. Either you're selling yourself short or you're selling yourself a lie. Trust and believe that. What did the one meme say? Why lie to women? You don't need to. If they really like you, they lie to themselves, right? It's okay he's got warrants. It's okay he's got a baby mama. I'm gonna still give him another baby. Bitches be like that, bro. It makes no sense. But you don't want to make sense. And if you don't want to make sense, you don't want to make sense. And if it doesn't make dollars, then it doesn't make sense. And people don't want that entrepreneur mindset. I mean, it's in you. And that guy was saying, Mogishu Parabi, he's a multi-billionaire. He turned $1 million into 1 billion, right? And I'm watching the show. But what he likes to do is study the people. He knew more about Warren Buffett than I ever heard in my whole fucking life. I was shocked by the amount of information he knew. He knew how he was when he was a kid. He knew that he saved up enough money to go to his own college. He told his dad, man, you ain't got to pay for my college. Give it to my sisters. He said, what? Yeah, I saved up $15,000. Times it by 10. That's the equivalent of a 17-year-old having $150,000 saved up. By the time he was 17, because he started when he was 7. And that's what he's saying. Either you got it or you don't. Either you had it or you don't. Either you had the lemonade stand or you hustled the notebooks. What's the one guy that did? He sold greeting cards when he was a kid up and down the train stations. You either got it or you don't. And that's one of my favorite stories. And I always try to save a good one for last. But there's a movie going around of a black man that was a banker. And this was the 50s. And people didn't like black people owning real estate. They didn't like them on the streets. As a matter of fact, he moved into his own apartment building. And the white lady there almost called the cops on him. She did call the cops on him. And he busted out the bill of sale because he has to keep it on him so the cops don't arrest him. This is my property. I own it here. She was shocked. She was like, what? I pay rent to a black man? You do, bitch. You do. But what he did do is he hired a white guy to do all his paperwork. That's what he did. He said, hey, listen here, white boy. I understand mortgages. I understand numbers. But I'm black and I can't get in on it. If he would have stopped, right? If you don't find a way, figure it out. It's one of our fucking sayings. And my buddy would just say it. He'd be so annoyed by you asking question after question after question. Figure it out. Nobody wants it. They just want the answers. Quick, Google, tell me how to live my life. Quick, quick, Facebook, keep me occupied, right? No, figure it out. What would your brain do if you put your phone down? I'll wait. That's right. It's been times where I had nothing going on and I just got up. And I remember that's my favorite when I did stencils, right, for the shirts. And I needed cardboard. And I had the idea, but I just got up. And as soon as I walked out the door, somebody had just got like a new water heater. That's what it was. You know, the thick fucking cardboard they have to pack a water heater in? Grab that shit. That shit's mine. Started cutting it. Next thing I know, I'm all fired up. Motion creates emotion. And now I'm doing something. Just like we did with Trent yesterday. Now we're doing something. We already talked on the phone for 1 hour. Got to get off the phone with my girlfriend 2 hours. And next thing you know, we're going for a third hour. But what else is there to do in the day? Were we going to just sit there and talk to each other? I said, bro, I don't operate that way. Let's get something out of it. Let's get it in a form where other people can say something, just like you're doing right now. We're doing it big. The book Endure, spitting hot fire. Yeah, bro, I'm just pumped up this morning, dude. Like, they got me fucked up because it's like, I don't operate that way, bro. I find a way. And it doesn't matter what the situation is. This is not what ends me. This is not what stops me. Can't stop, won't stop. And now you got an entrepreneur mindset. It's just like that, where everybody else quits. We're looking for answers. And that's what they were talking about with your boy Pharrell and Louis Vuitton and his assistant. You know, that's what entrepreneurs, they're problem solvers, bro. We want the people that have been punched, but found a way to get back up. We want people to find a way, no matter what the circumstances is, we stay creative. We've been that way our whole life. And that's my mindset. That's my credo. So, you know, not for nothing. It's probably not for everyone. You know, I get that. I got people that are addicted to their fear. They're not really interested in living beyond the existence, the other side of fear. I always say the other side because it's like a subconscious side in our minds where we can't even almost see ourselves. This is why you have to paint the details. I was telling Trent, you got to fucking put it in detail, bro. Does she have the fucking red stilettos, matching red lipstick, and then the red little fucking flower in her hair, right? That's how detailed I am for my dreams, right? Like I could sit here for another hour to explain each thing, and then I look like a wild guy on the board from It's All Sunny in Philadelphia. It's All Sunny here in Pittsburgh. And I'm like, this is tied to this, and this is this, and the yarn. And you got to be fanatical, bro. You got to have that energy. And that's all he was. Ask him, Paul Mitchell. He was just better energy. He's like, here, put that in your hand. Feel how smooth that is. You know, the sample, I'm in your ear, you're touching the product. You got to have one, he said, a really good product or service, like the best product or service. He literally owns Patron and Patron Silver and all that. But beyond that, right, it's people skills, bro. You're dealing with people. People want to deal with people. And that's the only people they're going to buy from is the people that they like. It's almost like tipping your waitress. If she acts like a bitch, how much is her tip? I'll wait. And how much of help are you being, right? Are you in a position to be of help? Did you go like Trent and show up to some of these enterprise meetings so he can network with other people? Did you DM everybody you could through fucking LinkedIn and see if they could drum up some business? I bet you didn't. I bet you just sat there and thought about it, probably hit the bong one more time, and then started watching SpongeBob, right? I get it. Well, SpongeBob ain't gonna come save you, right? And neither is Jesus. So it's up to you, right? You're your own God. The thoughts that you have are reality, and are you giving yourself godly thoughts? And that's what it comes down to. So I'm just in it to win it, bro. I must be made of something different. South Korean prison couldn't stop me. Endure went through me. I mean, the ENDURE went right through me. Maka, endure. And it felt like fucking, poof. Felt like fucking Doctor Strange moment, bro. Just knocked me out of my mentality. It was like, you're bitching, you're whining. That ain't gonna work, bro. Open your big girl words. Start a writing campaign. Get your mom to get a fucking letter to the judge. Get your girlfriend to get a letter to the judge. You're not a bad person. Start a fucking writing campaign. Start teaching the people English in the jail cell. They start giving you food, right? Figure it out. There's got to be a way. Get another translator. And I did. And I changed the game and I got out of it all the same. People was like, how'd you get out of South Korean prison? My brain, right? But if I was scattered, if I was emotional, I would have been there 5 years staying emotional. Hear me now, feel me now. This is the last, and I'll get off this show, but it happened to your boy. Rick Ross is not a rapper. Free Ray Rick Ross, the #1 cocaine salesman or crack man salesman in the country. The CIA used to fund him, right? This is proven facts, right? Was wondering while he was sitting there inside of the fucking prison, what had fucking happened? And he sat there and he started to see quietly enough that he was a part of a system. And all his heroes were people that were pimps or drug dealers or gangbangers. And that's the only way he could see coming up with money. It was the only way that he could combine his mind to do something like that. And for him, he couldn't even fathom that he could be part of the CIA or make $1 million a day. But while he sat there, he was illiterate and he taught himself to read. Then he started reading his documents and he realized that they try to give him all 3 strikes for one count. You're supposed to get 3 counts, then you get 3 strikes, then they throw you into the prison. They would have let him rot in that fucking prison, bro. They would have let him rot. I think he was almost there 20 years, bro. I'm not quite sure. Or maybe he was looking at 20 years, but he did a bunch of the years of bids before he got out of his own mind, taught himself how to read, read his own documents, and fought his own court case back, and he was right. Even the judge was like, that's not how it works. Even his lawyer, that's not how it works. He's like, motherfucker, I can read now. I can read now. I have skill sets now. Like the Count of Monte Cristo, he lost because he didn't know how to do fucking sword battles. Time to go learn how to work on them swords. Ooh, somebody taught you. You taught yourself. You educated yourself. You leveled up. Congratulations, now you got Saints Addiction. And that's what it is. I'm on a mission, bro. I'm not just wishing. I'm fucking killing this game. I fucking killed my mind to kill my body, to kill my soul, so I could come back a new fucking person. And as I sit here looking at my abs, feeling my sweat, feeling myself, I feel it in my hearts, on my heart from the start every morning. Peace and love. And as always, Chi Gatan. That means goodbye, but not forever, in Phoenix. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. But the other side of your fucking fears, bro. The other side of those excuses, the other side of the world, there's a whole nother level out there. You just got to reach it. And reach, preach, and teach is what we do here. So hopefully you get this message. Hopefully you go buy a shirt. We're still trying to get the merch shelf together. We're still putting in that work. But most importantly, go put this with somebody that needs it today. That's the only reason I do it. Is to give, bro. Give it to the guy that needs it, to get him off the fucking couch, give him the pep talk, put the foot up his ass. You know what time it is. And I got to get back to this workout. I'll see you. Peace. and love. Ciao, bello, beijos.